with explosiveness. The Wukong and the Annie are there to put a stop to those heavy engages and melt every single squishy that gets in their way. In this case, the Orianna...
And it's just neither of the above. He's tunneling out. He's healing it all the way back up. This champion is extremely frustrating to play against. And as Jin here, you don't even do damage.
Nope. And you have your cleanse out. That's first blood. Saburo, what are we...
Even more HP until he starts getting tankier, because once he got that Tiamat into a Titanic Hydra as well, he deletes the waves. He has tunnels everywhere. He can proxy anytime he likes, and he's pretty much under no threat whatsoever for the entirety of the game. We'll see if they can actually catch him out here. Another cheeky look from Jiaqi.
Unstoppable onslaught right on top of Saburo, but he does not land the knockup. But that Q is going to be enough. The decimating smash to take home the kill on Saburo. Like Icarus got too close to the sun.
Before he can get to the tunnel, before he can escape. But whilst we're paying attention to that, Nia gets slain in the mid lane. And without, it looks like Annie or Wukong expending their ultimates, it must have been, of course, Photic with the Chains of Corruption on cooldown here. Perhaps we'll get a replay. But for now, Wei wants to start up these grubs.
Not only does he want to start them, he wants to finish them. That's twofold. Starting to get a little bit of confidence on his side. He's trying to get the 1v1 on Jiaqi, but ultimately it's Invictus Gaming once again getting priority over the objective and starting it off for themselves. Saburo trying to heal back up. He's a little bit low, but it's Rek'Sai. Infinite sustain Rek'Sai. Starting to take a little bit too much damage up against Bayon. But Dragon is going to fall in favor of the Invictus squad. Nayu getting a little bit late to the party into the first items. I think the big power spike for his way out is going to be when the Unending Despair is on his inventory. Saburo, he's just trying to get out of it, and yep, a perfect supreme display of talent is going to clear out the enemy top laner. Invictus Gaming 2-2 on the board, and Saburo, the player that we expected to be the MVP here for Invictus Gaming, is already down 2 deaths.
I have a feeling we're going to see
that. Even though they're actually head-to-head, but you're right, it was mostly the plates. It was mostly the fact that Top Esports were able to respond. Unstoppable onslaught right on top of Renard. The one chance to take down the Scion is not going to be enough. Supreme display of talent is going to take down Renard. Teleports coming through from Invictus Gaming, but too little too late. The damage is done.
Or else your draft just gets so outscaled by likes of Zuian and these tanks.
Nope, watch out. Nayu is going to get engaged by Wei. The Kiana might be in trouble. 200 HP. Piercing arrow doesn't land, but it doesn't need to because Wei gets a solo bolo on the enemy jungler, bringing IG back on the board.
And that's what I get for speaking too soon. Wei has his number. We're burning ultis all over the board in the mid lane here. Cleanse even coming up from Jiaqi. The corruption matches to him.
But we're keeping on going. Jiaqi in the middle of the fight, in the nitty-gritty of it, trying to tank out Wei. Clears out his cleanse, pushes out double summoners from Fengye, but ultimately no blood has been drawn in the mid lane. Let's see if they progress. Let's see if they go for the dive. Jiaqi eats yet another piercing arrow with the floor, but nothing comes out of this.
Shutdown for Wei, giving him the XP lead over the Kiana now. And meaning this Kiana is going to have a really tough time killing this Wukong for practically the rest of the game. So with that being said, that is still the same story for this Scion. If we can't find a way to kill this Scion...
we're going for this. We are absolutely taking down Jue with this one. Spent a lot of resources, that shockwave, that solar flare, but it doesn't really matter. First tower goes down for IG. And that's feats of strength. They got the boot upgrades.
More of a
corruption now. Wei coming in as well. Photic still in the front line. One more rain of arrows is going to be enough. And Photic.
It looked like you could have just been completely out 1-for-0 there. Not only are you getting caught out, you're even burning flash.
The curtain's been called upon. Jue is in the front line, eats the 4th shot, but not enough to take him down. Teleports come in. Renard, right timbers on the face of Fengye, and that's going to be yet another kill from Invictus Gaming. They challenge every single pick, and they come out on top yet again.
Yeah, IG really wants to make sure this game stays. Surprised we haven't seen more of him in the Demacia Cup.
Exactly, and also the fact that Orianna is also packing the Rite of Ages, gives her a little bit of extra tankiness. Jiaqi, oh buddy, buddy, you can't be roaming him out.
Coming up and making his debut, Photic really has his number. Absolute AD gap thus far, and if Nayo or Zuan can't step it up, it's going to be a problem.
Unstoppable onslaught straight into the backlines. Way on. Trying to get something done here, but Wei is just, you know, no, I don't want to deal with this right now. Herald comes down into the mid lane. Top Esports try to collapse. Solar Flare goes in. Supreme Display of Talent is good. That's a kill. That's 2, and Wei is forced to flash over the wall. They flash right behind him. Top Esports still got something left in the tank as they clear house with Invictus Gaming in the mid lane.
Blink and you'll miss it. Top Esports just deletes IG off the riff right there. Such an exquisite combo. Started off by Niall there. Shockwave in tow by Nia. Really game-changing combo there. They're probably going to have themselves a favorable map state to secure the next objective, and that can completely
Getting the job done. 4-1-2 on the Kiana is making them look really good as they head straight for the Otacon.
This might be too much.
It might be a little bit of a flippy, but Wei is way far behind, so this could be a free Otacon, and it is. Top Esports collected, and they collect the kill after that one. Saboro still tries to get something out of it, tries to sustain, tries to heal, eats up the redemption, gets double knockups. It sustains the fight for Top East for the side of Invictus Gaming, who secure 3 kills off the back of that Atacon. The rest of the squad is trying to run away, but all that's left is Funge, who is deep into the jungle trying to recall.
The Otacon, you know, we've got 3 for 0 here as Top Esports. Why not fire this one up? And you can sometimes just completely underestimate how much time it takes for that. After you get that 3 for 0, you have your say in what unfolds on the map, and they just over-indexed into staying and playing when they could have reset and had their posture on the map. Really have a 50-50 of losing the game.
True, and the biggest conundrum here is that we're starting to reach a point where Baron Nashor is also going to be a threat.
Cheeky Mikhail's from Funge.
Yikes, and way in the back line. That's a triple, man! Magnet Storm right on top of the ultimate from Niall. And everything goes to heck as Invictus Gaming start to collapse as well. And Top Esports run out of resources to blast through the front line of Invictus Gaming. Still in the back line, you have Saboro alive, taking one with them, finally collapsing to the force of Jiaqi. And now the fight is split. Top Esports, they don't know from to back. Jiaqi is completely alone in the jungle, being chased down by Wei, and they're just looking for one bit of CC. Wei collapses onto the face of that wall, but Wei ultimately gets the kill. It's an ace for Invictus Gaming, and that's going to be open mid for the red team.
These fights are just so hard to track. Survives, dealing so much damage and tanking so much as well, and IG
fights are going
wins
on.
That hard.
Pengyu in the front line might have been caught off yet again. Leona is down for the count. It's one big tank, and Zweon is the next one in line. Supreme Display of Talent is going to take down Renard, but that's too little. I don't think that's going to be enough. Zwei is still tanking. He is still trying to buy time for his team, but his team doesn't seem to be on the same page. Wei should be careful because Baron just spawned in, and the Smiter's down for Invictus Gaming. Game turns around yet again, and this time around, it's Top Esports in the driver's seat as the fight keeps on going through the backline. Photic trying to run away. Axiomark, what is that going to do here right now? Because Photic has the number of the enemy jungler, flashes the ultimate. That's going to be Nayu down. No, it's not. 300 HP as one auto attack away from Photic, taking home the kill and securing the priority here. He queues into the bush, misses it completely, but gets the auto attack on Nayu. The kill has succeeded and the Baron has halted. There's no way that Top Esports can go for this objective now.
I mean, this is a cinema. Even the Rek'Sai is still alive. I thought it's IG's game. I thought it's Top Esports' game. Vice and versa, back and forth, and finally we have...
Just gaming, they have Tribush to advance
Niall's back. Look how far away IG is as well. I think as TES, you have Stalk of the River here.
Oh, let's see what happens. They're trying to pull out the dragon. This is going to be soul for Invictus Gaming. And Top Esports, they know the importance of this soul, so they definitely don't want it to fall in the favor of Invictus Gaming. It's a 50-50 if I've ever seen one. Dragon still at 3/4 of HP, but it is good positioning from Photic. So far, so good. Zweon inside the dragon pit, trying to get some CC, trying to clear out numbers, and Wei is right there in the nitty-gritty with him. 6K left on the dragon, and Invictus Gaming are able to pull it downwards. First supreme display of talent coming down. Wei loses his guardian angel as he respawns right in front of Zweon. The dragon is still at 4K. Kiana is down. It's a double kill for Photic.
They're gonna get it.
They get more out of it. Everybody is so low, but Shui gets another massive magnet storm off the back of that one. Dragon falls on Invictus Gaming. Soul is collected. It's a matter of getting the heck away from there now.
What are we watching? Is it even over? Oh my god, look how much value they can even get. They're all in Chemtech's full range right now. Oh, STS, you gotta be wanting.
Determined by how many people Nayu can actually collect with the Supreme Display of Talent. He goes in, tries to get something, gets the Supreme Display of Talent right on top of Wei, and this is the right target to go for, but look at the Cyclone, he's getting so much HP back! They take jungler for jungler! Shockwave is good! And Top Esports seem to be on top of this fight, but look at Saboro, trying to get Chachi off the back of that one, and Nia as well, but he's completely isolated in the backline. He needs to collect his grounds. He needs to be joined with his team. Photic tries to get some damage off the back of that one. And Top Esports, even though they have 3 players alive, they're all super critical
Set up
right
as
now.
well. I have a feeling Secret
vision.
Agent Varus kills them all here.
There he goes. Chains of Corruption are available. He has full eyes on Jachi. He forces the flash out of the enemy AD carry. Comes in Jue here with the teleport, and he tries to go for Nia. He's dead for the count. Mid laner is out. Fungya is the next one in on front line. Photic immediately goes for the cleanse, but eats the solar flare off the back of it. Jue tries to keep some distance between the enemy team and his AD carry, but Supreme Display of Talent and Jachi gets the kill on Photic. Could it be enough to stop the Baron Asher? I would say
Breathe,
so.
I say that, and it looks like they know that IG is out of position here. I think you can't have everyone so far in the mid lane. You need someone near that red buff. If you're all coming from here, you're a bit too far. You need to smite this.
Oh, well, you're going to try to smite it. Guardian Angel is up and running here for Wei. Goes
50-50?
in. Cyclone is alive. 50-50 goes on favor of Top Esports, but can they get away with any Barons whatsoever? Because Invictus Gaming, they're out for blood and they're taking it by force. Renard goes down, but Wei gets a double kill. Top Esports only have 3 Barons to play with.
Haven't spotted him out yet.
Wei is late for the party. Invictus Gaming have control over the river, considering that they do have the Scuttle Crab. 6,000 HP left on the Elder Dragon, and Wei has not found a path. That's a Shockwave on the back line. The Dragon falls in favor of Top Esports. Everybody needs to back the heck off of this one. Invictus Gaming, they're under threat here, so they have to clear out while they can. They lose the Saboro in the process. Top Esports collect another major objective, and now they're looking good. They're looking stable, and they're looking for a game here, Fulls.
They take the Elder, but is it enough? I mean, they've got Baron for 40 seconds. If they win on this push, it's GG. You have to hold this one wave as IG here. I don't know if it's possible.
I don't know if it's possible either. Top Esports are definitely trying to protect the wave. The curtain opens up. It's Jue in the backline. He gets a massive 4 people magnet storm, but can they get some more out of that one? The Cyclone is huge. They finally get the pops. It's a double kill on Jachi, and they're still alive. They're still kicking. Supreme Display of Talent is also good. They get the quadra kill on Jachi, and they're just waiting for the wave to close out the game.
Jachi with the quadra kill, 14 kill game right now in his debut in the LPL. Beautiful look. Can we get the penta?
Penta kill for Jachi.
Stepping it up.
Game 1. Jachi gets a penta kill to close out the game. Okay, AD Carry, I really do like you, but I'm gonna leave a ward and a pixel. I'm gonna roam, and I'm at level 2. I'm at level 3 right now, and you're never gonna see me again until the next team fight.
Able to calculate this. Probably done like 300, 400 XP. It's a lot.
Yeah. Looking for a fight here in the top lane. What a Q from Bard! First blood collected. We already have Fungya heading towards the bot side. He's gonna absolutely spot Wei, and if he wants, he could probably solo kill the Pantheon, because Weon is right around the corner as well. Smite misses. 200 HP. In goes Weon. Looking for a fight on Saboro. They're going for Wei. No flash available on the Pantheon. Means that the kill is going towards Nia. And the fight is nowhere to be seen. Invictus Gaming just want to disengage. Just want to go under tower. They take Dragon, but they give 300 gold over to Top Esports.
The only upside for IG is that they are 2v1 in this top lane.
Jachi was alone means that he's going to be ahead in terms of XP as well. He's almost at level 7. Oh, grubs are being contested. This is camp number 2, or neutral objective number 2 for Invictus Gaming, and the first grub falls in favor of Invictus. Let's see if they can grab the second one. Top Esports are waiting for the rest of the team to collapse in. Nayu absolutely smited grub number 2, and the third one is up for grabs. Massive petrifying gaze from Renard stops everybody from Top Esports on their tracks, and the magical journey kind of went sideways. The entrance comes in, Fawcett gets the kill on Jachi, and everything goes sideways for Top Esports as the grubs are collected by Invictus.
Yeah, super clutch from Renard here. He's really stepping it up this game, having just a lead over Nia the whole time. That's way sort of early game start, but Renard completely making up for it. The Petrion Gaze flash, just finding exactly what he's looking for there.
Looking for Renard. Renard no longer has a petrifying gaze to save himself under the tower, which means that Nia is free to take a kill once he gets the spell rotation. He kills himself under the tower. Renard manages to get out alive, courtesy of Conqueror heal. And Top
and could have been under some pressure there. I think it was a bit unnecessary, but he
respectable.
There's some threat here. He's gonna die.
Yep, he is absolutely dead. All out over the wall and waves right around the corner. Grand Starfall not gonna be committed until a little bit too late, but they flash under the tower. They go in, and it's Saburo that takes the kill on Zweon.
Many minions are dying to this top lane tower. That is literally 500 gold or something.
And nobody's picking up the gold on that one. Yeah, absolutely. Level up from 14 to 15. In this case, I feel like it's the optimal play. They're going for the fight, though. Renard might be in trouble. Flash back for the petrifying gaze. Not enough to slow down Top Esports to collect a kill, but can they get something else? Immediately onto the backline, Nayo tries to get Jue, but gets taken down by Photic. Wei now in the front line, sustaining through the fight. Jachi comes in. Jue might be in trouble. Tries to clone himself out. Wei is the one to go down, but in goes the killer instant. Jachi flashes over the wall, gets the kill on enemy support, and Photic walks away with yet another kill in his pocket. 3-1-1 Kaisa. The collapse for this Herald. They don't want to leave yet another objective over for Invictus Gaming, and they want to get the feats of strength, but they do find Jue in the front line really, really low. Goes to support of Invictus Gaming. Watch out. Pantheon goes up in the air. Here he goes. Grand Starfall right on top of the back line. Snayu is down for the count, which means a smite down. No more contest available for the Rift's Herald. Renard is the next one in line to try to fall. Renard goes down for the count. And in goes Nia in the fight. Soboro trying to clear out some distance, trying to get some distance, trying to clear out the fight, but it's a messy fight at that. Invictus Gaming stay alive, and Photic does render himself yet another kill, leaving Fangye the last one standing here for Top Esports.
And AC, I'm sure we'll get a replay, but I feel like the whole fight and thus the whole mid-game was all because it was all up to this Jachi getting hit by the petrifying gaze. His champion is facing like just barely a few degrees towards the Casio. If he could just slightly tilt his neck a bit further back, he wouldn't have got stunned, and I think it would have made such a
can't respond to it. But they're trying to get another objective under their belt,
again.
Even though the feats of strength have already been collected by Invictus Gaming. That can't give up on their hopes and dreams, and it is going to be the Cloud Soul. These are great to clear out the map, to navigate around the map. Tempered Fate does lock down 2 players. Grim Deliverance sustains through, but not enough to buy time to keep him alive. All out once again from Sorrow. Into the backline he goes, as you do see Top Esports scuttle and scatter away. Soboro clears out house yet again, and this is the Soboro that was missing from Invictus Gaming on game 1.
You could say that again. This is exactly who we were looking for all along. We finally get to see him come out. He's really performing on this pick, and I don't know, this might be the biggest lead we've seen so far in this series. We've seen punch for punch, blow for blow, but we haven't seen a team land multiple consecutive blows like this. First the Rift Herald, then the Dragon, and even the mid-early game before that, they're completely poised to take over this game with the Otacon coming up in 35 seconds.
Is online. Top Esports know of this, and they're just trying to flip Otacon. They don't want to lose too much. Whoa, Jue goes in alongside Wei with the Grand Engines, but there's nothing more to do there. Top Esports, they get locked down. Fungi did what he could with a Tempered Fate, but ultimately it's Invictus Gaming's fight to take. Jachi is fully stacked and ready to fight, but it's not enough unless Invictus Gaming overcommit to the Otacon.
Thotic's pretty low on mana.
He is.
And those guys are pretty low on health.
Jachi is looking good. Zweyon a little bit late on that teleport. Saboro's already on the back line. Now, Jachi got Miasma on the ground, unable to move. Otacon falls in favor of Invictus Gaming. Fight falls in favor of Invictus Gaming. They lose nobody, and Top Esports are only left with Zweyon and Fengye.
And you see this whole fight, the reason why Nico is just such a first-picked champion, just having super snap engage potential onto the backline of TES to start the fight off, forcing a kill onto the Rise and Jachi's flash. That's just so effective, and it's not much else you can even do there.
Oh, jeez, give him a break. Zweyon's trying his best to stay alive. Grim deliverance over the wall to get away from Saboro. The Casanti is unstoppable.
Yeah, Stone Cold Saburo with the full armor items here. You just can't possibly match it, says Zweyon. Way able to do pretty much whatever he likes here. I don't imagine he gets caught out.
I imagine he will get caught out here because the rest of the squad is not in a position to fight. But look at Invictus Gaming. They are definitely collapsing on this one. Renard is in a good position. Way's alive, but not for long. Nayu goes down, and the rest of the squad of Top Esports try to clear out the pit, but nothing happens. Invictus Gaming clear house with the bodies of Top Esports. 4 more kills in the bag here, and Invictus Gaming just need a window to close out the game.
Make it 5.
Zweyon. Yep, that is going to be a clean ace for Invictus Gaming. Way absolutely baited Top Esports in their own jungle fulls.
I mean, AC, this Xin Zhao is still level 11. He doesn't even have a jungle at this point. This guy is pretty homeless. Complete night and day from game 1 where he popped off on
the lower side, but the Grand Starfall allows Wei to just go from point A to point B so fast. I don't think Saboro actually needed help on the top lane, but hey, if you're here, if we can get an assist off of that one, why not try to get it?
Oh yeah, why not just round out the ace if you can? I mean, Pantheon just has so much effectivity with the global presence, and look at the
Zahin is not tanky enough. They do get some bulk, but if they're behind, if they're not in a position that's proper for snowballing, they just fall
already gone
super hard. No, the Baron is gone. The Baron is melted. That is a massive pop blossom by Jway, locking 4 players down and allowing Invictus Gaming to just walk over the backline. They lose Jway in the process, but his work is more than done. He walks away to base, more than happy with the result, and it's just a matter of Invictus Gaming chasing down the rest of the targets. Baron Nashor in hand, 4 players alive, closing down the game against Fengye to defend whatever's left of Top Esports' base.
And IG roars to life, really making themselves shown here in this game 2 after that. Really quite poor of a performance in game 1. It was back in 4 so far in this series, and I have a feeling it's going to continue to be that way. IG cementing themselves as one of the teams that belong in this quarterfinals, taking this best of 5 to a best of 3 as they take out TES. Look pretty good. I think Aphelios has been the 4th most picked AD carry in the tournament and has a really high win rate as far as I've seen. These players are performing really well on him, and the entirety of the bot side jungle from Nio here, it's just going to be a vertical map.
Yep, absolutely. But Top Esports, they seem to be taking the short end of the stick on this trade as Wei presents himself on the bot lane, shows himself on the bot lane. Futic at 200 HP, tanked that whole way, flashing from Fengye with the slow and the flashing from Jachi as well. Get the first blood and nearly get the second kill as well. Jachi love.
Wade does have the flank on him here, but I'm actually not sure if this is enough.
Fengye does have hook, and no, he does not have hook. He threw out the lantern for Jachi, and he is out. He is out. He's alive. Renard tries to. Oh, the flash into the wall, but it doesn't matter. The kills are there. That's all that matters for Invictus Gaming. That's a big, thick wall.
Just means that there's going to be probably some slight XP and gold advantages that go the way of IG here.
Okay. I was wondering where chilling.
And
well, they definitely want to get a fight before they go into the grubs, or at least they should. Nio looks at the grubs intentively, but they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, and the lantern just despawns as the public execution takes down Jachi, which means free grub for Invictus Gaming.
Yep, one public execution, 1 kill there from Ambessa, just really instantly ending the fight before it even begins with the R button out of way. And we got to take a look at that. I don't suppose Jiachi had flash there because as soon as that spell hits him, the entirety of the fight.
They got the dragon. They should have they wait. Zweyan goes into Dominus looking for Renard. Could find the target. Nio is on the scene as well, and they find an easy kill off the back of that one. Great pick by Top Esports. But I don't think they can get anything else. Here. As the rest of the squad tries to collapse, Lantern goes out, which puts it on the cooldown for the rest of the fight, supposedly, unless Invictus Gaming pulled the trigger a little bit too late. But they let the dragon reset. They're trying to bait for the banana brush.
They're running
Anchor
the wrong way.
falls off. Teleport. They're absolutely running the wrong way. Teleport comes in. Soboro is here for the fight, but a massive Aphelios ult catches off 4 players from Invictus Gaming. Lantern goes wide, but it's a great Emperor's Divide alongside Steadfast Presence, locking in 2 kills on top. But let's see if they can get anything else. Zweyan going a little bit too deep, but forcing Way completely out of the fight as Fotik as well. Walking away under tier 2 tower. 3 kills on Azir. Can they get something else? Nayo's not done with this one. 100 HP. Does not mind sacrificing himself. Grabs the shield. Stays alive. 4 kills for Top Esports as Renard bites the dust. And now it's free dragon for Top.
And there's the cinema we've been waiting for ever since game 1. We finally get another glimpse of it. Both teams going back and forth. Punch for punch. This is just exactly what you want to see in your LPL Demacia Cup quarterfinals. Way.
Yep, he's dead. Way is absolutely dead. Doesn't matter how much you sustain with an M.
It's on an even longer cooldown than it could have been because Nia at the level 11 right now. You see him level up as Renard finally.
Wait,
you gotta
play
play
better.
better.
Have a fight here for a Scuttle Crab? I don't think so. Top Esports decide to back away from the Scuttle, conceded over to Invictus Gaming. They have no need for it at that point in time. Oh, well, that's the Emperor's Divide right on top of Renard. Let's see if Renard can do anything about it, or is he going to get chunked down by the Sand Soldiers? Nia gets another kill, and that's a solo bowler from Top Esports opening up the bot lane.
And I love that Nia is able to identify the free solo kill there. If Talia doesn't immediately press the rock field, she will just get 100-0 by the Azir.
That's way on. Explosive gas right into the public execution. Dominus is available, but it's just too little too late. They find a nice little pick on Zweyan. Can Top Esports respond elsewhere at that pick?
And we might have even more fighting for ourselves. Looks like we can finally take a bit of a pause here. But Nia gets a really good combo. I haven't seen this before, but I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see more of this as this meta continues to evolve. Looks like we're going to pick up the Drake start as IG, and you really want this because Dragon's Soul is just so effective.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It takes a little bit of finesse to land the public execution at the explosive cast, but if Way can do it, it's good for them. Dragon being conceded over to Invictus Gaming. It's a first dragon from the red side, and it's a Cloud Dragon into a Cloud Soul. If Invictus Gaming can get a little bit more, ooh, that's a fight. Box point put down. Fotik in trouble. Poppycopter pulls him down, but look at Way getting Emperor Divider straight into the tower. Teleport coming in as well, but Invictus Gaming managed to disengage after taking home Fungi with them. Can Top Esports get first break here? It's already been taken. Explosive gas is massive, and Fotik collects the dividends out of that one. Zweyan trying to disengage. Weaver's Wall is good. Renard in the front line taking home the Crocodile. He's got new leather boots. No, he doesn't. His Dominus comes in clutch here, but Invictus Gaming, they're still able to push the fight towards Top Esports.
Yeah, and no clue what Fengye was doing there. He really thought that Fotik was overstepping, but it just wasn't the case. And such a beautiful look from Saboro.
Okay. Well,
they try and pick him out, but that heroic charge out of there is going to keep him.
6k, and it's dropping really, really fast. It resets slightly to 8k. Is way on a good position to try to intervene here. Dominus available to start a fight, but ultimately Invictus Gaming seem to decide against continuing Otacon at this point in time. They want the debuffs to reset, and now it's Top Esports to continue on with it. Poppycopter throws the Nautilus all the way back, but he hooks himself onto the wall to safety. Bear, not the Baron. The Otacon is stolen by Invictus. Everything goes sideways for Top Esports. Man, I want to replay because Jouet just played his little heart out, and now there's nothing left for Top Esports to fight for. They lose 2 members off the back of it, and bot tower is in jeopardy as well.
Yeah, we might not be done here, Nia.
Oh, public execution on Nia. The Emperor's Divide is good. Can Nia find a kill? No, he can't. He flashes right in the face of Wei. A double kill on the Mbessa. Can they get some more? Maintaining the distance from Zweon. The Weaver's wall locks everyone out. Renard just says, no, you're not allowed to go in anymore. We want the tower, not the kills. Take the objectives. Invictus Gaming secure another fight.
And Wei is completely smurfing. You see him dancing and diving, dashing in and out with his passive, just surviving and spacing so incredibly well here, cementing a 3,000 goal lead for himself. And we can only wonder how that fight might have looked if TES secures the auto kill this guy. He's got flash and everything.
Yeah, and Fengyu is unfortunately not being able to pull out the full potential of Thresh due to the fact that he's playing against an Invictus Gaming who are so fast on the collapses they don't allow a single snowball on his shoulders. He's not being able to play, doesn't have the space to play. His team can't buy him the space to play. Emperor's Divide not used here on Photic. Poppycopter does throw Jue out of the fight, but in goes Wei, and the damage is being done. Wei is locked out, tries to go for the public execution, doesn't quite land it. But Invictus Gaming, they take 1 for 1, but I do think that their target is a little bit more valuable than Wei.
Yeah, I mean, the Nia play looks pretty scuffed, but I can completely understand as an Azir player myself. It feels really awkward to press R sometimes, and we have a bit of a stalemate.
Oh, Zweon in the front line, I mean, he's biting off a little bit more than what he can chew. The lantern was completely ignored. Zweon does not want to take that lantern to safety from Fengyu. As the rest of the squad tries to keep his Renekton safe, Zweon flashes out. Big ultimate from Jia Chi. He gets a kill on Jue, but look at the backline. Renard is coming in as well. He has a good position to flank, but can he find the position? Can he find the spells? Fengyu might be in trouble. Jia Chi as well. They no longer have cooldowns to sustain the fight, so they back out with a kill in their hands.
I mean, as TES, you take that.
Baron Nashor, they start taking it out, and it's melting pretty fast, Foles.
They want Nia to TP, and both these 80 carries are actually quite at parity right now. This is anyone's fight if they can get good conditions.
They seem to have good conditions. Nanyo goes inside. The smite does not land. It's not a steal, and Nanyo immediately flashes over the wall. The fight rolls out, and watch out for Zweon, taking 2 kills in the middle of all of that. Invictus Gaming decide to enough is enough, and they retain the 3 Baron buffs that they still have. So Boro gets caught off in top esports jungle. Great response from the blue team, but can they find Soboro off the back of this one? He is chunky, but he is not immortal. He is going straight for the base of top esports, trying to get an execution off, sustaining through, and it is an execute. No gold given over to top esports. Baron on 2 players. Invictus Gaming play out of this one, but it's top esports who seem to swing back into action here.
Yeah, I think this is actually a huge mistake from IG unless they're able to get this dragon, because this Baron buff is not going to be all too effective. You're going to give a huge gold swing back to TES.
That's the second
and
tower.
Look at this of Felios as well, because just because he has 5 deaths does not mean he can't hang. This is the LPL. He's going to have 11 CS per minute, 80 carry, even if he dies 10 times. That's just the way it is with this guys like Jia Chi. Yeah, and with Renekton going for the Randuin's Omen here, he's going to be extremely unkillable for Photic. That's going to definitely matter quite a lot, and that was the best look they were able to get probably, because Photic's going to have Flash Cleanse now, so it's not like you're going to get away with that a second time. And that being said, you did close the gold lead a significant amount. We see 4 top being shown here from IG. They're completely catching TES off guard. You have to answer this.
Fools. They do have to answer to this unless Saboro decides that he can cancel out recalls. That was just 2 towers being absolutely brute forced by Invictus Gaming. Top Esports just forgot that top lane existed and got their inhibitor cracked wide open.
Yeah, that's super well played from IG. Up to just who is able to execute better in these clutch fights right here. We got to see if Photic can get 1 shot, or if Jia Chi is able to, Jia Chi rather.
Oh, they do find Fengyu, and that's the Thresh. That's the warder down. No more vision available for top esports for the next few minutes. As the rest of the fight progresses, Saboro is under the tower getting taken down. They find the kill on Jia Chi. And the rest of Invictus Gaming are in a tight spot, so they are evacuating the bottom quadrant of the top esports jungle as they decide to make a play for the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Jia Chi might have been caught up, but look at the damage being reproduced by the Aphelios. Poppy saves the day, taking out all of the frontliners on Invictus side, leaving Wei completely alone in a backline for Jueyan to take home the kill and allowing Top Esports a few more minutes to play the League of Legends here.
And Honor Nayo.
Invictus Gaming can do nothing about this, but truth be told, Top Esports are abandoning the mid lane, which probably allows Invictus Gaming to take home the tier 2 tower mid as they intended. But no, Invictus Gaming actually want to fight. Baron Nashor spawning in. This is a prime position to maybe look at closing the game. Explosive Cast goes a little bit wide from Saboro, but their positioning is still good. Keeper's Verdict does not land, does not get used. We'll go on to a shorter cooldown as Top Esports abandon the Baron, dropping it to 50% HP. Invictus Gaming do not continue the objective for now.
Oh yeah, we have 18k on this Baron, and as Top Esports, you have to keep this standoff going, because if IG can send one person to solo this Drake, that's free soul.
It's Photic that goes for the tower here. Top Esports are fully committing to the objective. Invictus Gaming are trying to split their attention through towers and Baron. They trust Wei's smite. Keeper's Verdict is available, and out goes Saboro from this fight. Photic joins. 5 items Severe, trashing through Top Esports, and one by one, they take him down. Top Esports take the Baron, but at what cost? Jachi completely missed position, means that a triple kill falls in the hands of Wei, and now Invictus Gaming have an open red carpet to just drive it down the mid lane.
Yeah, that's probably going to spell GG right there. It looked like a really actually decent attempt out of Top Esports right there. They got the Drake, or they got the Baron uncontested, and I think if they could just get their inputs off a little bit better, position a little bit better, they could have completely had something there. But unfortunately, Azir does not flash down best at all. Jachi gets one shot. The whole team wasn't able to survive that, and neither is their Nexus going to be able to survive IG's onslaught, starting down 0-1 and bringing this series 2-1 with the back-to-back wins. Even as the Ziggs, you kind of have to go teleport. You don't really get to build many defenses, so this is the kind of draft where TES might have a cheeky in route on just shutting down the Ziggs as much as possible.
Already at 130 HP, and Jarvan sniffing around, looking for an angle.
Looks like Nayo wants to dive bot. There's no catch on their first blood.
What? Top Esports get first blood mid lane solo bolo from Nia, and now full agency on the bot lane. Could we see a level 3 dive? We are. Fungi goes right onto the Alistar, tanks away for the time being, repels out, does not swap the arrow just yet, and they get a clean kill bot lane. Top Esports bread and butter to snowball their way into game 5.
And first, a lot of these players are playing for their careers right now. Some of these rookies.
Oh. In comes Wei, tries to take away some advantage from Top Esports, but the fight turns around really, really fast. Top Esports looking really good. They get 2 kills off the back of that one, and Invictus Gaming turn tail and run, with Photic being the last one standing here. Invictus Gaming seem to have missed the memo because they're just playing straight into their composition. Oh, ultimate fail here by Saboro. Gnar misses under tower, and now it's Zuyan's turn to fight back and get Saboro a little bit of a taste of his medicine. No jump available from Gnar. Zuyan is just chasing down the mini Gnar down to death.
Allow that to happen so easily. We see both the teleports coming in, and Wei is probably not long for this river.
No, but not you.
He steals it.
He does steal it, and that's scrub number 1 for Top Esports. Weian is in the middle of that fight. Gets Jue under a stun, lets the grubs reset. Gnar sets him up against the wall. That's going to be a kill for Photic, the first one for Invictus Gaming, and that's going to allow them to secure the grubs for the time being. Flag and drag available, Cataclysm not so much, but Smite is live, and he just needs 1 grub from Invictus Gaming to secure the camp for Top Esports. In they go. Big pulverize from Jue, knocks 3 people up. Top Esports take down Wei in the process, and they're clearing House Hero with Invictus Gaming. Renard's in a good position. Everybody's life bar is critical, but nobody from Top Esports dies. Now they find a kill on Fangyue. Now they find a kill on Jachi. It looks like Photic is in the game, and he's looking as dangerous as ever.
Yeah, and this is scuffed, scrappy, hand-to-hand League of Legends, exactly what you want to watch. And IG honestly making themselves a pretty decent bit of a comeback here. It looked like there was a bit of a few mistakes going on there from their end. Wei not even getting that first grub either, but Zueyan just went far too deep, completely got himself 1 shot. And same thing goes for Feng Yue. You're just so squishy.
Is all about Photic's positioning.
Yeah, what a beautiful flash combo from Jue. As we speak of the devil, he might unfortunately not be long for this river either, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's been having himself an interesting game. His scoreboard doesn't really
Wait!
reflect his performance, but Chachi, what happened there?
Solo bolo by
For their hopes of winning, because look at this XP lead that Fotic has been able to develop for himself. It's a similar story from the rest of this series, where Fotic is just performing better. So Bro can win this.
Will it be another solo Boro? We'll have to wait and see. Meganar coming up, and Zweon says, I know how this story goes. So he walks away, tries to jump into a minion wave, and now in comes Wei. Gets the stun. Ultimate, but doesn't quite find a kill, as the counter-strike does deny a lot of damage there.
Yep, I mean, it's good that Zweon is able to survive that, because TES, if they can just stop this bleeding a little bit, I have a feeling they're going to be completely fine, okay? They got a couple Drakes, they got the majority of the Grubs, they got the Feats of Strength, and their comp, as much as it doesn't do too well in the late game as opposed to the early, if they can just get themselves enough pace to secure forward Dragons, that's their win condition right now. So as TES, you got to keep your foot on the gas as much as you possibly can and try and get yourselves this Rift Herald, this Dragon, and everything else you can find.
But the problem is, Top Esports shouldn't even be in a position where they're bleeding right now. With the advantage that they got early on, I feel like it was just a couple of missed fights that really took them by surprise. Renard now gets caught in between towers, flashed out of the Cataclysm, and Top Esports, once again, in a not so optimal position, spent a lot of resources to try to take a kill, but couldn't quite find it.
Yeah, Wei having to expend the flash, Reynard having to expend the flash. That's definitely going to add up a little bit here, especially given the fact they're against a Jarvan. So Naya looking for that next Cataclysm to really count.
Right now, Fotic is absolutely untouchable, and Top Esports can't do anything about it. They cannot reach that backline to take down Fotic. They cannot shut down the Zig.
It's really difficult to secure this Dragon safely, but I think you just have to go for it. You need your win condition to stay alive.
Counter-Strike is on cooldown right now, so Boro tries to keep his distance so he doesn't take too much damage. Meganar is almost up and available. He tries to get his ultimate, gets Jax up against the wall. Look at the damage, but the Counter-Strike is good. Zweon will get the solo kill on Soboro. Jax is on the board too.
I mean, that is so pivotal. Whoever wins that 1v1 is able to do damage to the tower and be an additional threat on the map. If not anything, recall right here. Use your teleport to secure this bot side play. This is really big ups to TES.
Oh, and now the Herald gets summoned, goes straight towards the bot side where Top Esports were safely doing the Dragon. And now Joue's in a prime position for a headbutt, massive headbutt pulverized. Teleport on the back. Wei tries to save some space for Fotic. Zweon, however, just got the solo kill and he's gonna die to Wei! Massive Joue now with the opening, tries to get into the backline. Top Esports scatter and leave the Dragon for Invictus Gaming to collect.
But Zweon, what have you done, man? The game was so chill, and just give Viego a free reset. Even losing your flash and teleport for 0. This is what's going to happen.
Oh, massive bouncing grenade. There's not, you might be in trouble. Saboro gets yet another kill. Sport is down. Means no vision control for Top Esports. Means now the Herald gets a free charge on tier 2 bot. Mega Inferno Bomb to maintain vision. Invictus Gaming crack open the game. Take home the Dragon. Take tier 2 bot. And now it's just a matter of circling around their advantages to contest Adacon on top side when it spawns.
It's just so sad for Zweon there because you out as the Elise. You had the early game dive, but you weren't able to keep that snowball alive.
Oh, and Jachi almost gets one shot by Fotic by a couple of, by one single spell rotation. Adacon getting made. Top Esports don't even get the space to get into the pit. Zweon comes in. Smite 50-50. It's still at 2.3k, but the fight rolls out. Invictus Gaming decide to go for the fight instead of Adacon, and they go straight for the backline. Everybody's in trouble. Nya's down for the count. Zweon still in the pit, still tanking the Adacon, but it's ultimately Fotic who goes untouched throughout the fight, gathers yet another 3 kills here off the back of this trade, or actually 1 kill at the back of this trade, 404 with a couple of assists, and Invictus Gaming are just dominating the transition to the mid game.
Yeah, and although Top Esports was in great condition at the start of this game, even securing the feats of strength for themselves, a very strong early game, they just completely flop. face first onto the ground. They face plant and they make themselves some huge mistakes to throw away this game.
It was the all or nothing. They just couldn't bring it at all, you know? They ran out of steam way too fast, and Jiaqi was out of the fight before it even started.
Yeah, Jiaqi, you know, he had himself a pretty good early game, but remember that earlier mistake that he made, dying in the top lane, and now he just can't even survive much longer.
Yep, Joy is down for the count, but he trades jungler for support. That's a trade that Invictus Gaming take any day of the week. Renard now in the middle of the fight as well, frontlining everybody and everything.
Okay.
But top Esports, they know what their territory is. They can buy back. The problem is when the guys with the bigger health bars start to join the fight as well. What can top Esports do? Absolutely nothing. No cooldowns means no fight. Nya managed to distort his way out of his own jungle, but he gets smited for the disrespect, and Wei collects the kill. It's the ace for Invictus Gaming, and the mid lane is wide open for the taking.
Right, just because top esports started off on the right foot doesn't mean they're going to end up keeping it that way. IG cementing themselves a 10,000 gold lead right now, and honestly, I got Photic on this.
That's a 6-1-6 massive shutdown going in the hands of Fungi, but he needs to go back to base to cash in that gold, and you know, Wei helps him out with that department. You know, here, take a free ticket back to base. You've earned it, buddy. You're gonna cash in that at 1K that he collected from Photic, but I think it's too little too late. It's a 10K gold lead for Invictus Gaming with 3 inhibitors wide open, one of them taken down.
Yeah, I think it's too little too late indeed. I mean, we have seen good looks out of top esports in a few of the fights around the series. In every given game, they've had some kind of life in them, but in this one, it's just all she wrote. You can't possibly keep up anymore.
Why are we bullying her? Let her farm. Caitlyn just wants to farm. She had such a promising early game. Remember when Jiaqi was 3-0 at the beginning of the game?
Displayed team here. The debut team of top esports and their LDL prospects going to stack up against IG and some of their proven Demacia Cup players. And it just might have been a shaky start in game 1 for IG, but they might just be the better team after all, after these next 3 games in the series, really showing a much clearer and well ahead performance ahead of TES.
Yeah, but Nasuboro walking away from the Baron pit. 5-man Baron play coming for Invictus Gaming. Reminder that the inhibitors are wide open around the top esports base. Inhibitor on the mid lane is completely taken out as well, which means super minions are starting to roll down the mid lane. And now top esports trying to pick a fight wherever they can, trying to flip a fight and maybe get some gold in their pockets once again. But Invictus Gaming, they're sticking it together. And Wei just isolated Fungi for another kill onto Photic's pocket. Nayu and Zweyan are on the bot lane trying to get away from the onslaught of Invictus Gaming, the unstoppable rampage, with Wei leading the charge straight towards the inhibitor. 3-4 people on the bot lane, cracking it open while you have Renard in the mid lane, boosting up the minions, taking him straight down to mid lane, and what a blast from Invictus Gaming. Wow, Meganar inside the Cataclysm, Jarvan working against his own team, and Invictus Gaming securing game number 4 and moving forward in a knockout stage.
Welcome to the semifinals. Invictus Gaming as they take a handed victory over TES.